Have you ever seen on the news about a court case where someone got convicted and later was found to be innocent? Here recently I have witnessed two people who were wrongfully convicted, set free after so many years. Years that they can never get back because the judge sentenced them wrongfully or didn't give them enough time to gather all required evidence. I have also witnessed a court case where the defendant and the prosecutor were both not ready, but the judge said he was ready to move forward. Today, I am here to convince you how every court case should have an appointed mediator or advocate for every court case. Imagine your loved one being in the wrong place at the wrong time and getting put into jail. Then they find them guilty and sentence them to many years, and later being found not guilty after the ample amount of time already served. I have done much research on wrongful convictions and have watched videos of the two most recent wrongful convictions being released. One happened in Nickel, Georgia, and the other one happened, I think, up north in Georgia. First, I'm going to talk about how there are too many wrongful convictions. Next, I will talk about the reasons why we have so many wrongful convictions, and finally, how we can solve them. There have been too many wrongful convictions made in the U.S., most of them due to DNA exoneration. According to the DNA exonerations, legal and criminology psychology, well over 300 DNA exonerated cases in the United States that were wrongfully convicted have been released. These numbers represent the exonerations that are due to DNA evidence. The Georgia Innocent Project is a nonprofit organization that is set in helping those who have been wrongfully convicted get the justice they served and get back to life before they were locked up. Malcolm Alexander served 38 years, and on January 30th, 2018, he was released, and the Georgia Innocent Project found he was wrongfully convicted and that there was ineffective trial lawyers and a flawed eyewitness identification procedure. His case was open for reinvestigation by the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office. When it got reopened, the district court dismissed the sentencing indictment and ordered the release of Alexander after he had wrongfully served 38 years for a rape when the DNA proved he did not commit that rape. We just talked about how there are too many wrongful convictions. Next, we'll talk about the reasons why. The reason we have so many wrongful convictions is the judge has too much power and the trial system is flawed. Just as in Alexander's case, according to the Georgia Innocent Project Journal, Malcolm Alexander exonerated 38 years in Louisiana's Anglo prison. Alexander had very poor representation from his paid lawyer, who was later then disbarred after many complaints of his neglect and abandonment that was filed against him that had been connected not only to Alexander's case but to many other cases before him. His lawyer failed him in most of the basic tasks needed for a defense to represent a defendant. The judge has too much power. The judge can be ready when the defense and the prosecutor is not ready, and they have the lack of evidence. A judge can say ready whenever he feels like it, and it also goes along with the judge's personal opinions on the person and the key witnesses as well. In the Georgia Innocent Project, Alexander's case was taken up by the Georgia Innocence Project, and they quickly learned that the rape kit that had the evidence was destroyed. Hence, the law system is flawed because the evidence has to be stay put for a certain amount of time. We just talked about the reason we have so many wrongful convictions. Finally, we will talk about how we can solve them. We can solve wrongful convictions by having an appointed mediator or advocate for every court case. The job of the appointed mediator is to review what the judge, prosecutor, and defense have all come up with and to make sure everyone is on the same page. The mediator must have a clean background, also swear under oath not to be biased, and has to be fully knowledgeable of the laws set forth by the United States Constitution. We can also solve how much power the judge has by being ready before the others are ready to proceed. So we can give the defense and prosecutors a set certain amount of time to gather everything up before the judge can say he's ready. And so hopefully that will do away with too many wrongful convictions. Today we talked about how there are too many wrongful convictions, then the reasons behind the wrongful convictions, and finally how we can solve them. Even when the defense and the prosecutor are not ready, and all the judge says he is ready, it will leave a huge impact on the family that has to go through their loved one getting sent away for a certain amount of time. When the family knows that the judge also gave time that was not based on the actual law set forth by the United States Constitution, and also his personal opinions, and set the loved one for a longer time than he was allowed to stay. Thank you.